welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim, and today we are going to do part 2 of my entryway cleanup. We are doing the closet. So the entryway and entryway closet are a pretty good size for the house that we have, and we can fit a lot of stuff in there, but we have a lot of stuff and we end up just kind of throwing things in the closet and sliding the door shut. So it is time to get everything out, go through it, and see what we can do to get this a little bit more organized and more manageable, because I have to tell you, finding shoes in that pile is very difficult and sometimes very time consuming, especially if it's a pair of shoes that we don't use all the time. I have one of my sons helping me today because he tends to like to organize and go through things a bit more than the others. So the other kids are cleaning up, doing basic chores, cleaning up the house, and my son here, he wants to help go through things, and I love having the help. This is something that the mess we all create, and so we all need to kind of work together to take care of it and get it done. So my method of decluttering and organizing really involves just pulling everything out of the space, dumping the bins, and seeing what we have to work with and what kind of organization and decluttering we need to do. Sometimes, not often, but sometimes we really just need to tidy up, and sometimes we have a lot more things in a space than we need, so then that means I need to declutter a lot more. So I'm just pulling everything out. We're kind of picking up all the little things. You won't believe how many pairs of socks or just random socks get thrown in this closet where no socks should be. So we're just pulling things out of the closet and making piles in the living room. So for a while it feels like we're making more of a mess, but ultimately it ends up being cleaner all around. Okay, so we got it all out. We got everything out of here. We keep all those hoodies and stuff for when it does get cold in the fall. I don't pack them away, they just go in here. And then we have so many games. So I'm gonna sweep it out. We might mop it real quick, and then we're gonna try to start organizing. And here's what the piles look like. So we pull everything out, we divide it into piles. These are the shoes that everyone's currently wearing, sort of. Everyone thinks they're wearing. So we are going to go through these, see what fits everyone, what they want to keep, what they don't want to keep, what they will pass down to siblings, and then hopefully we can kind of decrease this pile. And then we have sports stuff, shoes we don't wear all the time, and then some winter stuff that we're going to pack away. Let's see. And then bags. Honestly, except for that pile, this doesn't look too bad to me. It doesn't look too bad. So here my son is putting together a shoe rack that I got at Aldi. If you've watched my grocery hauls, you would have seen it a few grocery hauls back, I think. I purchased this shoe rack and mentioned using it to organize my entryway closet. And I gave this project to my son because he really enjoys this kind of thing. He's very good at reading instructions, following them, and figuring out how to put things together. So I have complete faith that this will turn out just as well as if I did it, probably better, honestly, or as well as my husband if he would have done it. So it keeps him busy and entertained and have a purpose. I find that during the summer, kids need a little bit of a purpose. Especially since we homeschool, because when summer hits, we're still at home, but we don't do our schoolwork anymore. So I've noticed that sometimes the kids feel like they don't have things to do, and I like to be able to give them something to do. Okay, so the shoe rack does not fit in this closet except for on this wall. And this storage, this plastic storage shelves, they were here when we bought the house, and we have used them for pretty much nothing but junk the whole 14 years we've lived here. So we are going to move them someplace where hopefully they will be a little bit more of use, the garage or the basement, and we're going to put the shoe rack right there.
I don't like wearing this.
We might have to patch a wall. So we got the shoe tower in, and honestly I love it. I love the way it looks. My husband anchored them into the wall because it was a little wobbly without it. But honestly, I would have had no problem. Hold on. I would have had no problem having this not anchored, but since he was helping and we had the time, and they came with the anchor stuff, so we just did it. It will not fit all of our shoes, sadly. I wish this was all of our shoes, but okay. So I put a few things back. These are our reusable shopping bags and a bin with hats. My son's vacuuming, so yeah. And now we're gonna start putting things back. First I put the rugs down. It's always a great feeling when I get to this point and I've cleaned, I've swept, I've mopped, and I can put the rugs back. It's the first step towards the last part of this cleaning and organizing of the entryway and entryway closet. It's definitely a relief when we get to this point of the project. And while the closet and the entryway look great, I still have to deal with the piles in the living room. We've sorted and done stuff with most of them. I've gotten rid of some of the shoes. This is the next day, so it's taken me 2 days to do this. We did just leave the piles as it is for overnight, and that's why they're a little bit messed up. But we've also been putting them back into the closet and putting them where they belong. Now, a lot of them will be going back into the closet where they belong. I'm not quite sure yet. I would love to put them in the bedrooms, but the bedrooms aren't set up for that just yet. We are still trying to figure out the best way to organize and manage our stuff. Is it in communal spots? Is it keeping everything individual? That's what this whole process is about, just figuring out what works for us and changing it when we need it to be changed. Okay, we finished it. It looks so much better. That shelf up there, that's my husband's stuff, and I just leave it. If it bothers me enough, which it really doesn't, then he'll tidy it up. But it's nice to have a place where you can put things and you remember and know where they are. So that's his swim stuff and his water bottle miscellaneous stuff. Okay. So nice clean space. I keep lots of the rugs here because the floor is really old and we need to either see if it's repairable or put new flooring over it. I think we're leaning towards flooring over it just for cost. Yeah, so I keep a bunch of the rugs just to help prevent a lot of moisture, more moisture on it than possible. Okay, like I said, love that shoe rack. Doesn't fit all of our shoes. But that's okay. It's okay. It's way better than it was. You saw before, and it's not mounted. We can actually walk in. In the winter, these racks have lots of the jackets and stuff that we are using, as well as these will have jackets on them. But seeing as it's 90 degrees out, we don't need jackets, and so they are put up. They are hung up. Yeah, so then I have, let's see, we have some soccer balls here, and they'll just float around. These are our sports shoes, and then in there, I think I said, I have reusable shopping bags. And just so you can see, we did get it cleaned up, mostly. So this is a random pile of singles. They're like the boots, the shoes, there's not a match in the closet, and we started out, we pulled these out, these keeper gloves out of the closet. There was 2, and now there is just 1. So I don't know. We will keep them in a pile and look for its match. Here we have some dress shoes for my youngest daughter. Hopefully they'll fit in her bedroom somewhere, but I wanted to keep them separate from the shoes that we pull from daily. And then here's winter gear that I pulled out of the closet, and the bins from the basement, and we're gonna put them in our long-term storage. I just have not gotten around to it, and I am ready to be done. So we got it picked up, much better. A few little piles, but you know, if you are gonna watch my channel, you must know that it is not gonna be Pinterest perfect ever, not ever. Even when I do a clean with me or a reveal of a new space, there's always going to be something, because we live in this house all the time. And we use it. So we are not gonna have, it's not gonna be perfect, but it's going to be better than it was. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.